Welcome, dear students, to SV Union High School and Junior College. Standard 7th, History, Lesson 11, Marathas, the Protectors of the Nation. The family tree of the Peshwas. Balaji Vishwanath was the head. He had two sons, Bajirao I and Chimaji Appa. Chimaji Appa had a son named as Sadashiv Rao Bau, whereas Bajirao I had four sons, Balaji alias Nana Sahib, Ramchandra, Raghunath Rao and Janardhan. Raghunath Rao had a son named as Bajirao II and Bajirao had a son named Nana Sahib, the adopted son. Balaji alias Nana Sahib had four sons, Vishwas Rao, Madhav Rao Peshwa, Yashwant Rao and Narayan Rao Peshwa. He had a son named as Savai Madhav Rao Peshwa. After the death of Balaji Vishwanath, Shahu Maharaj made Bajirao first Peshwa in Common Era 1720. He expanded the Maratha Empire during the tenure of 20 years. Bajirao attacked Nizam and defeated him at Palkhed near Aurangabad. Under the leadership of his brother Chimaji Appa, Bajirao sent Mallavrao Holkar, Ranoji Shinde, Udayji Pawar to strengthen the position of the Marathas in the Malwa. The Mughal Subedar Muhammad Khan Bangush attacked on Bundelkhand. The king of Bundelkhand, Chhatrasal, requested Bajirao to help him. Bajirao defeated Bangush, the king Chhatrasal, and honored Bajirao on a large scale. After Bajirao first, Shahu Maharaj appointed his son Balaji Bajirao alias Nana Sahib the Peshwa. Following the invasion of Nadir Shah, there was instability in Delhi. In these circumstances, Nana Sahib tried to stabilize the Maratha rule in the north. Ahmad Shah Abdali posed a challenge to the Marathas at Panipat. We shall learn about this development in this chapter. Situation in the north. The region to the north west of Ayodhya province at the foothills of the Himalayas was called Rohila Khand. In the 18th century, the Pathans who had migrated from Afghanistan had settled in this region. They were known as Rohilas. The Rohilas had wrought havoc in Dabod region of the Ganga and the Yamuna rivers. The Nawab of Ayodhya invited the Marathas to subdue the Rohilas. The Marathas chased the Rohilas. Conflict with the Afghans. Ahmad Shah Abdali, the ruler of Afghanistan, was attracted by the riches of India. He marched on the Punjab in 1751 Common Era. There was an anarchy in the Mughal territory. The Mughals were facing the threat of Abdali's invasion. In these circumstances, the Mughals found it necessary for their own protection to seek the help of the Marathas. The emperor was sure of the Maratha strength and integrity. There was no other power stronger enough to protect Delhi. Therefore, the emperor entered into a treaty with the Marathas in April 1752. According to this treaty, the Marathas agreed to protect the Mughal power from enemies like Rohilas, the Jats, the Rajputs, and the Afghans. In return, the Marathas were to get cash money, the right to collect chauthai in the territories of the Punjab, Multan, Rajputana, Sindh, and Rohila Khand, and the Subedari of Ajmer and Agra provinces. As per the treaty, the Peshwa sent Shinde Holkar armies for the protection of Delhi on behalf of the Chhatrapati. When Abdali learnt that the Marathas were marching to Delhi, he went back to his country because the threat of Abdali was thus thwarted due to the Marathas. The emperor gave them chauthai rights to the Mughal subhas. These subhas included Kabul, Kandahar, and Peshawar. Though the Subhas were previously a past of the Mughal Empire, now they were part of Abdali's Afghanistan. As per the treaty, it was the duty of the Marathas to win the Subhas back from Abdali and annex them to the Mughal Empire. Abdali, however, wanted to bring under Afghan control the regions up to Punjab. So, a conflict between the Marathas and Abdali was imminent and inevitable. Raghunath Rao, brother of Peshwa Nana Sahib, accompanied by Jayappa Shinde and Malharao Holkar, undertook the campaign of the North India to combat Abdali. The local rulers in the north saw the Marathas from the south as their competitors. They did not take into account the broad vision of the Marathas and remained neutral, offering no help to the Marathas. They did not like the Maratha supremacy and interventions in the Delhi court. Surajmal Jatt and Rani Kishori were the only ones who helped the Marathas wounded in the Battle of Panipat. Also, some of the orthodox sects in the north saw Marathas as the people belonging to other religions. They too left aside the broad vision of the Marathas. They persuaded Abdali to invade India with a view to reducing the Maratha might. They expected that Abdali would defeat the Marathas and drive them away back to the south beyond the river Narmada. The Maratha standard on Attock, Najib Khan, was a Rohilla chief. He found it hard to tolerate the Maratha supremacy in the north. At the behest of Najib Khan, Abdali invaded India again. This was the fifth time he had invaded India. He captured Delhi. He returned to Afghanistan with a huge booty. Here, booty means the wealth. Raghunath Rao and Malharao Holkar marched to the north again. They captured Delhi. Then, driving out Abdali's officers, they captured the Punjab. The Marathas persuaded Abdali's soldiers right up to Attock in 1758 Common Era. The Marathas' standard was raised at Attock. Attock is the present-day Pakistan. From Attock, the Marathas pushed the campaign up to Peshawar. However, they did not make proper arrangements to look after this newly conquered territory. Dattaji's valor to get a firm hold over Punjab and to crush Najib Khan, the Peshwa sent Dattaji Shinde and Jankoji Shinde to the north. Dattaji went to the north. Keeping Dattaji engaged in the negotiation, Najib Khan established contacts with Abdali. He requested Abdali to come to his help. On receiving the message from Najib Khan, Abdali invaded India again. Dattaji and Abdali confronted each other at the Buradi Ghat on the banks of the Yamuna. A fierce battle ensued. Dattaji showed tremendous valor. He met with a heroic death in this battle. Do you know? Dattaji fought very bravely. At last, he was severely wounded and collapsed on the battleground. Najib Khan, Rohilla's advisor Qutub Shah, stepped down from his elephant and came towards Dattaji. He asked Dattaji, क्यों पाटिल जी हमारे साथ तुम और भी लड़ोगे? Dattaji was in a wounded state, but after hearing these words of Qutub Shah, he replied with pride, हाँ बचेंगे तो और भी लड़ेंगे. Sadashiv Rao Bhau. Nana Sahib sent his cousin Sadashiv Rao Bhau and eldest son Vishwas Rao to the north to crush Abdali. Sadashiv Rao Bhau was Chimaji Appa's son. He had with him a huge army and a powerful artillery. Ibrahim Khan Gardi was the chief of the artillery. He had defeated the Nizam in the Battle of Udgir in 1760 Common Era on the strength of his artillery. This is the map of India about the expansion of the Maratha power during 1758 Common Era, the expansion of the Nizam power and the Mughal power, some important towns and rivers, and the territory under the Maratha power. The Battle of Panipat. In his campaign to the north, Sadashivrao Bhau captured Delhi. The armies of the Maratha and the Abdali confronted each other at Panipat. On 14 January 1761, the Marathas opened the battle by attacking Abdali's army. This was the third battle of Panipat. Vishwas Rao fell a victim to an enemy's bullet in the battle. When Sadashivrao Bhau learned this, he fiercely attacked the enemy in a frenzy. He disappeared in the battle fray. Seeing that their leader had disappeared, the Maratha soldiers lost courage. At that very moment, the reserve contingent of Abdali launched an attack on Marathas with a fresh vigor. The Marathas were defeated. A whole generation of the young men in Maharashtra was killed. Many brave Sardars fell on the battlefield. The Marathas believed that an outsider like Abdali had no moral right to rule here. The Marathas fought at Battle of Panipat with broad perspective that India is for Indians. Do you know? Approximately 1,50,000 people were killed in the Battle of Panipat. One letter describes this in a poetic way. 2 मोते गळतील 27 मोहरा हरवल्या आणि रुपये खुर्द किती गेल्या त्यांची गिनतीच नाही. Sadashivrao Bhau had explained the broad, all-inclusive viewpoint of the Marathas in his correspondence with the rulers in the north, saying that they were all native to the land and Abdali was an enemy from a foreign country. But the rulers in the north did not respond favorably to him and took a neutral attitude. Naturally, the Marathas had to shoulder the responsibility of protecting India. We can say that the Marathas were the first in our history to realize that India was one country and it was necessary for all to lend support to the king irrespective of his religion. Peshwa Madhav Rao. After the death of Peshwa Nana Sahib, his son Madhav Rao succeeded him to the office of the Peshwa. Madhav Rao kept the Nizam and Hyder Ali at bay. He established the supremacy of the Marathas in the north again. After the defeat of the Marathas at Panipat, Nizam once again resumed his anti-Maratha activities. He invaded Maratha territory. Madhav Rao defeated the Nizam at Rakshas Bhavan near Fulton. Hyder Ali was the Sultan of Mysore. Taking advantage of the Maratha defeat at Panipat, Hyder Ali attacked their territory in Karnataka. The Marathas defeated Hyder Ali in the battle at Moti Talao near Srirangapatnam. He then agreed to cede the region north of the river Tungabhadra to the Marathas. Peshwa Madhav Rao died in 1772 Common Era. In the history of the Marathas, he is described as an honest, hard-working, determined administrator who was keen on public welfare. The death of this capable Peshwa was an irreparable loss to the Maratha state. Do you know? Peshwa Madhavrao provided special attention toward the welfare of the farmers. He dug many wells in Pune and increased the water supply to the city. Administrators like Nana Fadnavis and judges like Ram Shastri Prabhune emerged under his rule. He reformed the judiciary for better justice to the common people. He started artillery and ammunition factories. He also established a mint to make coins. The two Peshwas who succeeded Peshwa Madhavrao, namely Narayan Rao and Savai Madhavrao, did not live long. During their term, Peshwa was in the grip of family feuds. Raghunath Rao, who had once raised the Maratha standard at Attock, sought shelter with the British to satisfy his greed for power. This led to a war between the Marathas and the British. Hyder Ali died in 1782 Common Era. After him, his son Tipu became the Sultan of Mysore. He was a skilled warrior, a scholar, and a poet. He used his competencies to increase the might of his kingdom. He established contact with the French and shook the foundation of the British supremacy. He died in 1799 Common Era in the battle against the British. The Maratha supremacy rises once again. The Maratha prestige in the north had suffered a severe setback because of the debacle at Panipat. Madhavrao dispatched Mahadeji Shinde, Tukoji Holkar, Ramchandra Kanade, and Visaji Pant Binawale to re-establish the Maratha rule in the north. The Maratha army defeated the Jats, the Rohilas, and the Rajputs. The Maratha restored the Emperor Shah Alam to the throne of Delhi under their own protection. The Maratha power was revived in the north. The Marathas suffered a heavy loss in the Battle of Panipat. Abd Ali's army also suffered losses. He did not benefit financially in the battle. In fact, Abd Ali or his descendants did not muster enough courage to invade India again. They realized that only the Marathas had strength and capacity to control the anarchy in the north. They expressed their wish that the Marathas should protect the empire. They sent a messenger to Pune to establish cordial relations. It is important to note that the Marathas overcame the great defeat at Panipat and successfully revived their supremacy in the politics of the north. Mallavrao Holkar, Ahilyabai Holkar, and Mahadeji Shinde had a lion's share in all this. Thank you, students.